Friends, denizens of the internet, hello, welcome back to another classic one-shot over here at LostTimeGaming. I am Devo. Today, we are jumping into Blasto for the PlayStation. And it's, this game has there's a love and hate kind of, thing to it, because Blasto was one of, like, the first kind of full games that I got to rent from a video game store for the PSX. And it was a lot of fun, but it had a lot of things that weirded me out. Yeah, there's no, we're not here for the super ultra retro cutscenes. We're just here to take a quick look at the game. Blasto has a good and bad side to it. One of the things that I loved about it personally was that it had Phil Hartman as Blasto. He was if you don't know who Phil Hartman was, he was a comedian in the 80s and 90s, and he had a very unique style, and if you've ever heard him, you would recognize him without a second's notice. The only bad thing, though, is that shortly after this game was made, Phil Hartman died. So they were planning on making a whole big series of Blasto games. You know, that probably would have still been going on for at least, like, they probably would have made a few more. I would have said the game was fun enough they could have easily made one or two more of these and people would have bought them. But sadly, that was not to be. Now, the thing about this game is that it's one of those games where you're on a bunch of platforms and there's just infinite void anywhere there's not a platform. And now kid me, who suffered from a lot of, I want to say vertigo, even though I've never had it professionally diagnosed. I have that thing where, like, when you make a high jump over a void, you get a queasy feeling. So, like, I was worried when I rented this that this is what all PlayStation games are going to be like. Just floating platforms in a void.
Didn't even break a sweat.
And you had to make precision jumps to clear gaps, or else you fell into the void. Uh-oh. Aliens? Yes, it's definitely got a very cheesy Saturday morning cartoon vibe to it. Oh, don't shoot the lady. Okay. And now, obviously, because this is an original PlayStation game, the controls are just, oh, chunky. Very chunky. Ow, shot me in the buttocks. Very good. Floating alien eyeballs. A giant bee in the shape of a pill. Always good. That's health. Oh yeah, this is our walk backwards. that's how the normal people walk backwards like that, right? But as you can imagine, that we got a little strafe action going on, but this is a lot of fun just for a regular PlayStation kind of. I don't think this was a launch title, but this came out very early on in the PSX's life. Nope. Hey, there's the button. Ooh, sweet. Oh. I thought we had to shut it off. Okay. Do I have a run? No, we do not have a run. We've got a slow walk for whatever reason.
Now I've seen two masterpieces of suspension. The Golden Gate Bridge and that bra.
It's very, very good, Blasto. Oh yeah, gotta be tight on the jumping. Gives me jumping anxiety. Oh.
You'll pay for that.
Oh, we can charge it. I didn't know we could charge it. Pushing a button. Oh, yeah. No, Blasto, that's...
You hunk.
Yang.
Yeah. If you can't tell this game's old by stuff like that. Oh, man. Oh, big jumps here. Oh, come on now. Big jumps. Platforms that fall when you stand on them too long. Yeah, I want to say Kid Me was absolutely terrible at this game. Although, to be fair, it was one of those things where, like, you really couldn't be good at it because three-dimensional gaming was relatively new. And it was just, it was weird to control stuff like this without having ever really gotten hands on any kind of 3D experience as a kid. There were a few titles in the, oh no, we weren't fast enough, in the Super Nintendo that were kinda like this, but nothing like, because this is a basic, realistic, low poly, but three-dimensional game. There was a couple of Super Nintendo titles that kind of did the same thing. And I never had access to a 64, so I never really had any luck with that. I mean, my neighbors had it. I personally didn't have access to it. My gaming history is kind of old and confusing with the... I was gonna say, we got a map somewhere here, don't we? If this is what we're calling a map, I guess. I had a lot of spotty gaming experiences. Some things I would be really in depth with and play everything on a certain system.
Blasto.
But some things I would get to play once and then never got to play again. What do we got now? What is this? We got the twin fire here. What's going on? Ooh, a save platform. Oh, it's gonna actually save. Oh, it's reading the card. It's reading it. X to overwrite. All right. Yes, X to overwrite. Back when saves were just text on a slightly dark background. They weren't even like a pop-up menu or anything. Nope, I whiffed. Giant floating eyeballs. There we go. Oh, I heard another one. Who dares? Who dares? Oh, there's more? Come on. Just annoyingly loud laser blast. Shooting floating eyeballs. That's Blasto in a nutshell. And I never really managed to get far in this game. Oh, I didn't see the sign that said do not press, even though it was massive. That, and I probably would have pressed it anyway, just to be cheeky. Like, a button says do not press, huh? Don't mind if I do. Oh, cool, we unlocked the map. It's amazing how many games there were like this for the PSX, where they were just kind of diamonds in the rough, so to speak. You know, unlike, you go back to like the Nintendo's video game library, and a lot of those games are just not good now. Like, just objectively bad. Even viewing them from the era of time in which they were created, they're still not really that good. But a lot of games on the PlayStation hold up over scrutiny. Like, some of them don't, obviously, but... We're gonna push this? What's going on here? Just big old meteorite hanging out the side of this platform? That's fun. Like, I throw up random games on... I throw up, that's probably not the best moniker for that. I throw on random games on my my Nintendo every once in a while that I have, because I basically have, like, a lot of Nintendo games. And, you know, obviously, I haven't played all of them, but some of them are just, ooh, man, just not good. Even... It's more that the people think that there's, like, all these great games from the Nintendo, like, all these awesome old-school classics. But the long and short of it is that the long and the rare old-school classics were really the few and far between. Most games were just awful, and that was the long and short of it. Like, you know, there's titles like Double Dragon 2 and awesome stuff like that, but it was more of the diamonds in the rough are the great ones, and everything else was just objectively bad. Oh, episode 2, Uranian Spaceport. Where do I find a teleport? Okay, well, bye then, text. I'll see you in hell. Ow! And I mean, granted, consoles having libraries full of terrible games isn't a new or unheard of thing. Wow, I'm just sniping heads with this. Like, oh, we didn't make that. Or that. Whoa. Oh, yeah, jumps like that freaked kid me out. I mean, I'd still get a little queasy from them, but nowhere near as bad as I used to. Oh, come on. It's one of those, you gotta jump on the jumper, and you jump slightly higher. Kind of reminds me almost of like a three-dimensional Earthworm Jim game, which apparently there was one of those for the 64, and it was roundly panned as terrible. But there was a 3D Earthworm Jim. Where you going? Come here, give me that. What is that? I don't even know. 200 terawatt charge up. Oh, okay. Jeez, look out now. Uh-oh.
That hit the spot.
I don't like this. I don't like this. Okay, we nailed it. We're getting there. We're nailing it. Take that. Oh, okay, that works. Oh, geez, look out now. Map bonus. So you can see how this could be a fun PlayStation game, but I feel like the lack of being in a realistic place really kind of lessens it. Like the floating platform aspect's kind of cool, I guess, if you're into that thing. But at the end of the day, it's like, okay, can we have some actual like backgrounds? And it's like, nah, how about a space skybox and nothing else? It's like, all right, well, I guess that's really what you want to do. And sadly, like there was quite a few games on the PlayStation that did this kind of deal. You can look at stuff like Crash Bandicoot and see like the worlds there aren't massive. Obviously, they're very kind of narrow and on a track, but they're lush. You can believe them as being a place, whereas this is very obviously just some platforms in space. I don't know if I can make that jump. Let's try. Oh, wait, definitely not.
Geronimo!
And we're dead. Alright, well, that's not it. Oh, yeah. Wait, didn't I hit that button? Shouldn't that open the...
Ah, that's better.
I assume that's supposed to open the thing, but it did not. And that doesn't seem to be doing anything, unfortunately. Oh yeah, the game's like, would you like to free aim? Like, no, God, no. Definitely not. Alright, well, I suppose me hitting a dead end, because I don't know where I'm going, is a good as point as any to call it. And, so yeah, this was a brief look into Blasto for the PlayStation X. You're getting 2 classic one-shots this week instead of Resident Evil 0, just because I'm not feeling that well, and I didn't want to totally deprive people of content. But this is one. You're going to see another one, which is the very first PlayStation game I ever owned. It's going to be the next classic one-shot coming up for tomorrow, so keep your eye out for that. So, that being said, if you enjoyed the video today, feel free to leave a like, leave a comment, get subscribed. Let me know down in the comment section below what you thought about my gameplay, my commentary, or anything else in general. That being said, thanks for watching, and as usual, I'll catch you all on the flip side.